All right. Let's not waste any time here, folks. Let's try this again.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Today is not a great day. We're just chilling. And we're just going to be playing some Destiny 2. I don't know if you saw about one of the tags. The Oz and Fetterman debate is actually going on right now. I'm watching that separately on another screen right now. So I do love politics. I was a political science major in college. Shout out to John Fetterman, who has some great policies. If I was a Pennsylvanian, I would definitely be voting for him, the soon-to-be next senator from Pennsylvania. But unfortunately, I am not. I think he's an excellent candidate for the Democrats, and he's going to be a great senator. Current lieutenant governor, too. So we'll see what happens. There's like a 1-point difference between him and Oz, too. And I think the average was like +6, +7, like a couple of months ago. But Republicans have been, they dumped a ton of money into that race. Hold on, let me just put this light back on. Republicans have dumped a ton of money into that. Oh, do not tell me that I need to, yep. Hold on, I need to exit this. Okay. Open up Steam and let me guess. New Halloween Twitch drop. Is there? I don't see any. Hold on. This would be. Please don't tell me that there's maintenance. Now they usually do maintenance like pretty early in the morning. Bungie, what are you doing? Maintenance. This was 5 hours ago. Okay. Where is Destiny 2? If anybody's interested too, Tudor Dixon and Gretchen Whitmer, the current governor of Michigan, they're having their gubernatorial debate on right now. I don't know of any major carriers. I wish a lot of these debates were carried by like major news networks because they're so valuable to like inform people about like what's going on around the country. I think Whitmore has a pretty healthy lead over Dixon, who has gone full MAGA. But we'll see what happens. Though. Just sometimes, especially in recent memory, you really can't trust the polls. But I think this time, I think that race is actually is fairly safe in Democrat hands. But Forsaken, Shadowkeep. I don't know why. I did the verify integrity of files. Okay, I guess we're waiting. So I apologize, everybody. So I hope everybody's having a good day. I'll cut this out of the of the stream, do a little editing. I mean, we could probably like drop this in. Let me just mute the game audio here real quick, and I'll put in. Oh my god. No, I'm sorry for like anybody who thinks that like manufacturing jobs are coming back to this country. They're not. They're really not. Unless it's like in like microchip development or microchip manufacture. I'm sorry, like those manufacturing jobs, it's just much cheaper to do them like overseas. And unless you want like your iPhone here, there's a Google Pixel I have here that costs like $10,000, then it's gonna keep being made in China. I hate that. Even though like there's manufacturing will never come back to this country. I know Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is actually pretty. Will probably agree with like Republicans like on that too. But he actually has like an actual plan to do that too. But I'm sorry that manufacturing jobs are never going to come back here again. Again, unless it's like in actual microchip manufacturing. Then I would agree because there's a microchip in everything now. So the only thing that we're waiting on right now is I don't know why I did like a verifying integrity of files thing on Steam, but I don't want to restart the system. If it doesn't start up, we'll just move on to another game. It's not a big thing. I have like a bunch of different games I can move on to. I kind of wish I like downloaded one of the Grand Theft Autos. I can go through like a playthrough of the Grand Theft Autos. I mean, we can put up we can play like the first Descendant. That's good. That's been really good. Dude, it is like warm today too. Like it's been like pretty chilly last couple of days. It is really warm today. It's 64 degrees right now. I might have to like turn on my fan here in a little bit. I've been doing okay without it. I'm interested in watching the Thurman debate with you guys. Actually, I think that would be like actually like be interesting to do. Like I said, like I like watching politics. I like talking politics too. I usually keep my YouTube channel and this concentrate and my Twitch channel concentrate on gaming. That's what I want to do. That's what I like to continue to do because politics online is like a fucking black hole, man. Holy shit. You can't have like you can have an intelligent conversation with some people, but the vast majority of the time you're in an echo chamber or you're dealing with people who don't want to talk to you honestly about like these things. They just want to carve out talking points so they can get a rhetorical win on you. And there's a way you can do it like intelligently, but I'm not Destiny or Vosh. All right. Shout out to if you know who those content creators are, because I didn't realize I'm pretty in deep on like the Twitch poll community. I'm in a whole bunch of different communities on Discord, and I watch a lot of Twitch poll people. When I talk to other people on Twitch, I drop like unless it's like Destiny, even then like a few people like know who that is. Unless you follow like a lot of the other big streamers, but a lot of people don't know who Vosh is. These other people in the Twitch poll community because they just do not interact with that side of Twitch whatsoever. It is surprising. It's like this like very niche group. I just thought everybody knew who Destiny and Vosh is, like on Twitch, like other streamers. Destiny because he has like expanded his reach so much, he does like so many different things. But even then, like there's still as many people who don't know who he is, which is crazy to me. But like I engage with like so many different communities. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Uh, You know what? I'm gonna keep all this in. Screw this. I still have to upload the stream from yesterday too. My last stream. I'm trying to stream for at least like 2 or 3 hours every single day. I wanted to stream a little earlier today. I just wasn't like feeling it. I didn't feel good. I'm trying to do like a consistent stream schedule. Okay. Uh-oh. It's doing it's circling. It's circling. I didn't check the rotation for weapons today, but I believe the reset is today for dares. And I think for, I don't know if Nightfalls and dares have the same reset schedule, because there's like rotation of weapons that I'm looking for. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing Hunter. Man. I love Titan. Alright. Last time on Destiny 2, the Titan edition, the rogue heel finally got the weapon that he's been looking for so long. The Dead Man's Tail. Yeah. I love it, man. It's just like a Winchester. Just, you know, in the future. Okay, let's see. Oh man, I miss like having 100 resilience. 32% damage reduction is fine, but 40% damage reduction? Yeah, I really should be like farming some more armors. Uh, 69, 84. I could probably get some more Ascendant shards. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do which mod is it? Is it this mod? No. It's this mod, right? It's the Glimmer. Okay. Extra destination awards. That's actually really useful. I think I need like no, we're not doing that. Okay. Recovery. No, because I remember, I forgot what video it was. I was watching it from what creator, I would shout them out. But if you have this discipline armor mod, it'll make sure that the discipline stat here, that the armor you get is like from discipline going up or going down, from what I remember. But generally speaking, it's great if you want to farm armor that's above, like these stats up here. So you'll guarantee, so the third slot will always be discipline, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And for Titan, like these three stats are super important. So the resilience and the recovery. So, and more often than not, you'll probably get the three stats above it, including resilience and recovery. Okay, let's go do some dares. Yeah, there goes the weekly reset. Okay. And yes, I had some boba and I had some pizza. You got some melee damage. I wish they had another tier of Dares of Eternity, to be honest with you. That was like at least like 1500. You know, they had 1350, 1500. Just for you know, you had matchmaking on. You know what I mean? That would be nice. As you can see, I got my New York Jets. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put my TikTok out. I'm actually doing okay on TikTok. I gotta expand what, like some other stuff for me to do too. Oh. Okay.
The horse desires further proof of your abilities.
Look at that fire ray. Give me those 12 shots, 14 shots. Oh, this reminds me of Ash so much. And yes, I know I'm not wearing my mask for
Fantastic horse now demands
the seasonal event. The seasonal event, to be honest with you, it's not that great. I'm not like a big fan of it. I got all the guns. I think at least for like 2 of the guns, I got like the quote-unquote like god roll for them, for at least for PvE. But the guns aren't like that great, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's everybody. We could do some Crucible too, y'all. That's the thing. 14 shots. This would be great. The only thing that would suck is like the reload.
we save the last to the fallen.
Damn. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. That was too slow. I need to be hitting these headshots. I'm hitting too many bonds.
Wishes to witness further combat.
Shit. That was my fault. my goodness. No, I want to take this guy down first. Oh. Oh, we got taken?
The treasurer appears. The cosmic equine smiles upon you. Feel the touch of its celestial hoof.
Nice. Oh, yes. Red border. Red border. Retrace rifle.
Your final opponent awaits behind one of these doors. Which shall you choose? You resonate with the one perfect reality. The horse rewards you.
Ooh. Ooh. I don't think I have. Is everybody here?
Their drop pods have fallen from across the Paraverse to be here tonight. Survive the final round.
Oh my god, what the hell? Oh, you guys didn't like bring him down yet? We're get these other guys. I need something with like that increases my reload speed when I have this gun. Ooh. Not bad for a guy coming in late.
Indeed. I must echo the horse from beyond the stars. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh, we got the long shadow.
Good night, sir.
Oh, let me charge my phone real quick. There's my phone. Yeah, let me go back to the helm here real quick. I like it, not like it really matters. Actually, I should have gone back to the tower because I don't think I have any Ingrams. I got one Ingram. Manifested pages, spectral pages, a couple spectral pages, keys. This. I need to farm more of these. I need some more of these. I need some ascendant shards too. Got a ribbon mask. I don't think there's actually anything left, right? Yeah, you can't use a... worldly armor. The thing is, I actually got the god rolls for these. I crafted this, and I crafted this. We got another one. Where? Yep. What's the other one? Psychic Warfare Emblem. Okay, so that's an emblem. Unclaimed challenges. Where is this? Very nice. I do want both of those. Those are just so I can farm that out so I can level up a couple. I can level up an exotic. I'll farm those ascendant shards. Oh wait, yeah. The reason why I went to the quest tab to begin with. Okay. Nothing here. Let's see what I got. Ooh, spooky. Okay. I think I actually got this before.
The Elixni need our help.
Yep.
Turn our back on them now.
Forget how many patterns of that I've gotten. Let me come back, folks. I need to run and do a quick bathroom break. Let me load up.
I should head into the city when I'm done here. Get something to eat.
There's something playing in the background. Oh, yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Hold on. As much as I want to watch that live, I'll catch the video of that later. I kind of just want a game right now. Like I said, it's been a rough day. I just want a game and kind of forget about everything else. However, forgot to open up Pretzel Rocks. Open. There we go. All right. I grow more and more appreciative of pretzel rocks with how like it fades out. All right. All right, let's go ahead and just dump all this crap. I'm not worried about that. You need 3 ascendant shards, right? Yeah. Ooh, that's rough. But that would be great, man, especially for this. Barricades have more hit points. This thing is like the ultimate like Titan. Let's see, what's this? 44 steel. It's okay. I think the fault is a lot better for it. Okay. Let us let me go back to, I think what does superconductor do again? I wish there was another like weapon that did this. And this is a crucible weapon, right? This I could care less about. No. No. I mean, none of these are really that great.
Splicers working with Guardians. Elixni in the city. Things really are changing.
No, okay. Wait, what was that other thing? I think this was an arc weapon, right? No.
The city when I'm done here. Get something to eat.
Okay. We do have one prime engram.
These tactics the Titans come up with never cease to.
I do want to watch that Fetterman Oz. I keep saying that, but oh my goodness. We go. John Fairman's opening statement included, "Let's also talk about the elephant in the room. I had a stroke. He never let me forget that." Let's see, Aaron Ruper. He's a journalist I follow on Twitter. I think he's covering the debate. Man. Okay, here's a Twitter thread. And yes, you can stream it. this has been a big thing too. A lot of Democrats, when they've had the opportunity, or when obviously abortion's been coming up quite a bit in all these debates, they've been very vague about their support, especially if they're running for Senate, and very vague about supporting a national abortion ban. Which, if they get elected, they would vote yes for. They would absolutely vote yes for.
Step on up.
Why Lindsey Graham brought that up is I don't know why. That was like one of the
Fenchurch, there's a lot of
that really like scratched a lot of people's heads, man, who like follow politics. That made no sense to anybody. Why he did that. Ooh. Ooh, I like this color screen. Indigo Matrix. Ooh, I actually really like this ship. I think I was using the Astera Blade. Did I use this? Taking a little while to load. I can't move. I can't move it. Okay. We'll use that. What is where I belong? This I don't like. Sorry. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna keep looking at Twitter. I'm sorry, y'all.
Take as long as you like. I can wait.
I forgot about that school shooting in Philadelphia. God damn. I wonder if that's definitely gonna have to be brought up.
Take as long as you like. I can wait.
What cipher is this?
Krypton engrams is his job. Okay, and back to Dares.
Remember, my friend, we are strongest together.
Oh yeah, Robinson James. I think he's number 23 now. That was 5 minutes ago. A couple streamers I know are watching this debate. Question to Dr. Oz: did you or your company make a profit from promoting these products? Fetterman looks good, man, in that suit. I remember in the Democratic primary, his suit was horrible. I mean, he's a big dude. He looks much better. It's the tie though. The top button's not. The top button's not buttoned. Okay. What is this? Okay.
Welcome to tonight.
And yes, Oz did make a ton of money off his companies promoting like fucking snake oil products.
And your repeated deaths. do not matter.
I should really separate the audio so I can like because my game audio, I think I could do that. I could probably do that now, but
Spin the wheel to meet the other team joining us tonight.
Cabal? Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't get the gunsmith perks. Gunsmith bounties, I mean.
Pulled from deep within the vault of glass, please welcome the Vex.
Let's go. The killing wind, baby. Dude, I love this gun.
The horse wishes to witness further combat.
Woo!
The proto-galactic horse wishes to see you traverse our wacky obstacle course.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. No. Wow, I just missed it. Yes, cheese that. I cheesed it. Uh-oh. Yeah, no, I'm good. Come on.
Let us hear it for our returning champions, the Cabal.
Oh my god, these motherfuckers are like just giant bullet sponges.
demands more from you. I must oblige.
I'm like forgetting controls like left, right, and center here. Fuck, man. There we go. Oh, we kind of milked it for a little bit more.
The Astral Horse demands honorable combat against the Cabal champion. One door holds your final
Oh, we'll do the
opponent.
Vex.
The horse insists you guess.
I wonder what the oh my goodness.
You resonate with the one perfect reality. The horse rewards you.
One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, we got everybody.
The infinite steed places timeless Vex before you. See you on the other side.
I wonder how this is on harder difficulties. Okay. Come on. Oh my god, I thought... When did I use this?
lucky winners will be bringing back to the tower. Treasures pulled
You know what
from the
I
Paradise
realized?
itself,
Didn't I change this out for something
just
else?
like our contestants.
Yep.
On tonight's Dares of Eternity. Good night.
Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Oh, legacy shader. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Discipline armor review. I'm probably not going to get the armor that I'm really looking for until I do the until I start doing some dungeons and raids. In a hypothetical 2024 matchup, who would you vote for at this time? From Emerson College, 45% said Joe Biden, 46% said Donald Trump. Margin of error is plus or minus 3%. That's actually like pretty good for like Joe Biden too. I don't know if that's like calculating for a lot of like independents, but like he's within 1% of like Donald Trump. That's like he passes like another significant bill. That's like 1%, like swinging back his way. Especially like if he deschedules or like reduces the schedule for like marijuana too. He's been getting a lot of like political wins lately too. Let me see where to. Oh, there's some live updates. Where is... I think he's watching it on C-SPAN. IRI. Yeah. Well, there's some live updates by the New York Times. From 1 minute ago, Oz accuses Fetterman of wanting to decriminalize all drugs. Fetterman claimed it's not true. But in 2015, Fetterman told the New York, I'm pro-legalizing marijuana, but I go even further than some of my colleagues because I'm for decriminalizing across the board. I don't need the context for that when he said that too. But there's like a prime example of in Portugal. I think it's Portugal. Someone can like tell me if I'm wrong or not, but didn't it decriminalize the vast majority